Oh. Yo, 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 yo. Me and Bobby, all right, we not live, Bobby. We live on YouTube. We still got a few minutes of ads playing in the background. Hey, y'all call in. We getting started on Nova time, so call in and let us know what you think. We're going to holler at y'all in a second. My homeboy Bobby in the building. Here we go. 30 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, Zoe Williams back in the building. And of course, I've got my uncle, my big brother, Bobby Glanton Smith. And he is here to dispute any fact you think you know about anything. Bobby, come on, can't nobody trump your experience?
That has nothing to do with what you just said. You know, I'm gonna need security, man. You keep setting me up like that.
Bobby, come on, man. Everybody know Bobby is the realist. And don't come in here with that fake stuff, because Bobby gonna check you on it.
That's different from what you just said. The
Bobby,
setup,
it's the same.
It was a setup.
Come on, Bobby, just accept the compliment, man.
And forgive me for not getting here early enough to put some real music on as we came in tonight. So, back to you, so.
I know, Bobby, you've made the playlist a part of your life here. There's a lot going on in the sports world, and I want to talk about some of it, Bobby. First off, can we get into March Madness? Now, what's happening is it looks like a lot of upstarts are starting to upset some of the more traditional powers.
Such as?
St. Peter's beat Kentucky. Hey, Bobby, that's what happened.
Okay.
St. Peter's. Now,
I don't know where that is.
I don't even know who that is. The star of that team looked like a plumber, like he's on his way to plumbing school.
Wow.
And man, they beat the mighty Kentucky Wildcats. Now, the St. Peter's coach is a brother. The brother making about maybe $220 a year, $220 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Calipari is making $8 million.
That's just salary.
And I'm just saying, if it was based on salary, Kentucky would have won, because them kids from St. Peter's rolled in there and slapped somebody. Now they play, they're ranked 15th in their division. They're 20-11. Their next game is against Murray State, who also beat somebody. So, look, New Mexico State is playing Arkansas. When's the last time you seen New Mexico State?
That was back when Michael Cooper was playing for them.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there's some upstarts in the movement. Now, I know we Tennessee people, Tennessee folk. Memphis, with Penny Hardaway, they about to play Gonzaga.
Right now?
No, not right now. At 6:40. They about to play Gonzaga.
Okay.
Who you got? Who?
I got Penny and the boys.
Not just because we love them, because we from Tennessee. But
that's the primary reason.
But do you think they have a chance against Gonzaga?
If they on the floor, they got a shot. Because Gonzaga's not an athletic team.
But they're a skilled team.
Skilled is true. But athleticism does still factor into many of the upsets. You get on the road, your confidence rises, and it's one and done.
See, Bobby, you from the old school. I remember the old school. The old school was, you better not let no white boy beat you now.
I didn't want to get into
See, that's what but you did. As soon as you said athleticism, I knew where you was going.
Man, I'm pulling for the brothers, man. You know that, man. Yeah.
Bobby, one of them parents, say, let that white boy beat you. I'm hurt. Then I'm going to beat you. You can get 2 beatings.
You sleeping in the garage.
No, man, you can't sleep on Gonzaga. I'm going to tell you, Gonzaga is a highly skilled team.
I get all of that.
And they've been that way. And I will give you this. They dominate from that, WCC conference that they're in, which is really
always suspect.
It's a weak conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they always have 30 wins or something like that. But when they get deep into, March Madness, they tend to lose. They tend to not make it all the way.
Right.
So I'm with you on that, Bobby. I think if not Memphis, somebody is going to upend that team.
Who won the Tennessee-Michigan game?
Michigan.
Oh, really?
Michigan beat the number 3 ranked Vols, 27-8. Beat them 76-68. 11th ranked Michigan. They was only 19-14.
Well, I saw just about 3 or 4 minutes of that game, and Tennessee had some slow big boys, and I guess they finally faded away down the stretch.
Well, again, you got some players out here. Look at this. What about Chattanooga?
What about?
Chattanooga almost beat somebody, and that's really sad to say, almost.
Almost, yeah.
But Chattanooga shocked everybody by getting into the tournament, and then they lost by a gnat's breath yesterday.
Well, what's making the tournament really intriguing in a way, but unsettling for the sponsors who want those big name schools deep into the playoffs, is the fact that Jerry West was prophetic when he told me about 3 years ago. He said, Bobby, there's going to be a wave of Africans coming to America to play basketball.
Did he see the movie? What happened? There's going to be a wave of Africans.
And every NBA team now had 1 or 2. And many of these schools that we're talking about right now, they got some Africans playing for them. Man. I
mean, and look at this conference that Chattanooga is in: Furman, Samford, Wofford, UNC Greensboro, VMI, Mercer, East Tennessee State, the Citadel, Western Carolina. They finished 27-8, but they lost last night to the Fighting Illini.
Well, again, what we're looking at now is a new paradigm. In other words, if you get one really super player and surround him with some scrappers, any given night, man, you can do the Cinderella thing.
Yeah, and then you got to remember, the portal is changing schools all over the country. That transfer portal, people are coming in. A lot of players at Chattanooga. You had some from Wright State. You had some from some bigger schools that came in through the portal.
Right.
When we come forward, I want you to talk about your bracket. Is it busted? Is it still intact? I want to talk to everybody about March Madness. We're going to talk about Deshaun Watson.
That's a whole show.
Hey, when we come forward, 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to Nova Time with Bobby and Zoe. Hey, call us, man. Hit that like button. Let's see what we talking about.
They might have forgot the number. What's the number, Zoe?
1-800-920-1580. The number is right in the camera. They see that, I think.
Oh, well, I can't see inside the camera.
Well, I can see inside the camera.
Yeah.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare for the powers that be in NCAA, because everything is associated to the big name schools.
Right.
And you get too many of them out of there, then you have to wonder where they're going to make up the population of listeners and lookers, you see. So, but everything is up in the air right now across the board, the sporting world as well as the real world. So, just stand by for every roll.
Yeah, well.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Bobby!
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to talk about Deshaun Watson.
Well, and rightfully so, because, whew, man, that shows you how desperate Cleveland really is to put themselves in a situation where they may have to wait a whole nother year to really get a full season with Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you done gave up the farm.
Is it Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Watson.
Or Watson?
I'm
just,
Deshaun
I'm trying to.
On my mind, man. And while I'm on the subject of outside subjects that are related to basketball, shout out to the I Can All-Star. Man, Rockhead Johnson and Marcus Malone.
I was arguing with Rock the other day in the cigar lounge.
I say what?
Because they won the championship against News Team. I said, boy, we should have beat you. You didn't. You didn't beat us. Yeah, we was arguing.
Shout out to Rockhead. But this boy done found a 6'10" boy. That's amazing.
Really?
Ooh, Lord, man. Kid got skills, man.
Yeah.
He got range, super athletic, long.
Really?
He gonna be a problem, man.
Is he from here?
I don't know where he is. I don't know where Rock be finding these kids, man. But Marcus Malone might have found this kid. This kid here, he's a polished kid to some degree, but a classic I Can All-Star. Raw, underappreciated, under scouted, and a diamond in the rough, man. This kid gonna be a factor for somebody, man. Yes, sir.
Right.
I don't know if Rock gonna be able to hold on to him, man, because this boy here is something special. I'll find out his name, man. Yeah, sure live. And a quick shout out to Team Ortiz. We pulling out for Minneapolis on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it because my people are going to embrace him in the circle of discipline. He'll have somewhere to work out and just feel safe, man, in a foreign environment. I'm just hopeful that it don't turn colder than it typically gets this time of year, in Minnesota, because they ought to be around zero.
I was about to say, Bobby, you need a jacket, don't you?
I'm carrying everything, man.
You better. Yeah. You can't wear a house to the fight.
Yeah.
Hey, call us. We want to hear about your bracket. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. You see it right there.
Oh, see, I couldn't see that. I didn't know that's what that was.
We good, Bobby.
(110th Street). The poet, Bobby Womack. That's why they call it soul music, man. It permeates the body. He got a story to tell.
Bobby, there's a lot to talk about.
Here we go.
But unfortunately, we can't talk about that terrible song. Did you pick that song?
We didn't hear the song. He just played the intro.
Well, first off, the intro was too long.
Across 110th Street.
We'll get to the storyline. Bobby and his playlist, man.
Yeah,
he's singing about junkies.
Man, across 110th Street, that's what was going on.
Yeah. I know it's a movie, but
Anyway, like you say, we got work to do, man. Let's go.
So let's talk about it. You're listening to Nova Time on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Zoe Williams. My brother, big brother, Bobby Glanton Smith is in the building to help me discuss this and break this down.
Quick question.
Yes,
what
sir.
What happened to the Michigan coach? Did he get suspended?
He got suspended for the last 5. That's Jawan Howard.
Right.
You're talking about the basketball team, correct?
Right.
He got suspended for the last 5 games of the season, but I think he was back for the postseason.
So he was there today?
Yes.
Okay.
I
lost track of that.
So let's just get into this Deshaun Watson situation. He was traded to Cleveland, to the Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. This is maybe a week after they basically said no charges will be filed against this guy. Mm-hmm. Because they didn't find any corroborating evidence to prove that he actually did
anything
something
other than just, use his celebrity.
But you understand, man, that the world we live in today, once you get that scarlet letter, even if it's by innuendo, or speculation, it kind of goes with you.
Well, that's why they call it a morals clause. Okay.
You see?
And that gives them a wide scope
to be able to rein you in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Not to say that there aren't any barbarians out there that cross the line, but not everybody crosses the line and should be, labeled as a barbarian.
It's the caught and the uncaught.
That's really the black and white of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, this quarterback, Deshaun Watson, they said the deal could be worth $230 million guaranteed. The Cleveland Browns have acquired Deshaun Watson in a trade with the Houston Texans for first-round draft picks in 2022, 2023, and 2024, as well as a 2023 third-round pick and a 2024 fourth-round pick. The Texans are sending a 2024 fifth-round pick to the Browns in the trade as well. So a lot of future first-round draft picks. Bobby, really quickly, do you think Deshaun Watson has what it takes to make the long-suffering Cleveland Browns a viable contender in the AFC?
Absolutely. They have a very, very strong defense. And with Nick Chubb in that backfield, that play action is real.
Who they got at the wideout?
That's something that they still got the guy that was opposite the kid from Georgia. He was all pro a couple of years ago and he got hurt. I can't think of his name.
Then he ain't all pro no more.
Well, yeah, he's back now. He's gonna come back with a vengeance. He played opposite of what's my man name?
So they got Jamarcus Bradley, they got Jakeem Grant Sr., they got Donovan Peoples-Jones, they got Anthony Schwartz.
I ain't never heard of him.
They got Ryan Switzer.
No, that's not the cat.
This is their depth. This is their chart. This is their roster.
The cat that I'm talking about. Then you need to find another wide receiver that's well known, all pro, that's on the roster. Okay,
sir, I'm reading the roster right now. All their wide receivers.
You missing the key one. Obviously, they're gonna need to get a couple more pieces though, for sure. But when you got Deshaun Watson. And this guy, I can't think of his name to save my life right now because he was hurt most of last year.
Maybe he wasn't on the team, Bobby, because his name ain't here. Yeah. I see Nick Chubb. Yeah. You mentioned him.
Right.
Where this other person, Bobby?
Man, I'm drawing a blank right now. But believe me, he is still a great wide receiver. And he's going to have at least one of those. But he's going to need a complement to that for sure.
Yeah, he's going to need a great wide receiving core. He's going to need a great tight end. And whenever you have a great quarterback or a potentially great quarterback, you always got to look at that offensive line. Will he be protected or is he going to be a scrambler?
Well, he can scramble, fortunately. But they have a pretty solid offensive line.
They said Amari Cooper.
They signed him, but it's not Amari Cooper.
Okay.
They bringing him in, but the kid that played opposite of what's the number 3 for the? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Call Jim Brown. He your friend.
I will do it.
He'll tell you. Jim be like, "Come on, Bobby."
The kid that just went to the Rams. What's his name?
That was
for the Rams that got hurt in the Super Bowl.
And he just got traded.
Who?
The kid that you talking about for the Rams. No, you talking about the boy with the blonde hair that be dancing.
Yeah.
Hey, this is old people sports talk where we don't remember the names.
I'm trying to tell you, man. What is happening with us, man?
Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham, yeah. Odell Beckham. But this kid played opposite him, and
they said Jarvis Landry.
That's the one, man. Come on now.
No, don't get mad at
Bobby. Not on the roster.
Bobby gonna jump over the table. That's the one I'm talking about.
How's he not on the roster that you were looking at?
He was released.
What?
They released him.
When?
Bobby, he not on the roster, sir. He was released.
They better get him back.
See, you putting your hopes on somebody that ain't even going to be on the team.
They better get him back, man. They did that for some other reasons, man. They're going to get him back, man. He's a horse, man. I'm telling you. But if not him, they're going to have to find somebody on the gut bucket list.
The gut bucket?
Yeah.
All right, switching news here. Did you find out?
Before you go.
Yeah.
This Deshaun Watson situation is important because he is that great.
Man. You didn't want me to go?
No, we're going, but just give me 30 seconds.
30 seconds on why he's great.
He's great because he's already great, and he's 26 years old. And he going to make other people around him better.
Wait, he great because he great.
You damn right.
He great because he already great, and then I'm going to cuss on the radio when I was told never to cuss again.
That ain't cussing.
A dam is a bridge.
That's what it is. I'm telling you.
Hold water back. I got a dam in my body.
He might possibly be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Or he could be that big fat guy that was drafted by the Raiders many years ago.
No.
Russell.
There's nothing in his pedigree suggests that. He was a winner in college, and he's been an outstanding quarterback his entire career. Deshaun Watson is the real deal.
One sport we know that will pass you by if you're inactive is the NFL.
He ain't been out long enough for that.
Okay, Bobby.
Time is going to tell you very quickly.
I
can see y'all don't know.
We don't know, Bobby.
Yeah. No. I wouldn't.
So he's the Jesus of the NFL.
The boys are good, man.
Okay. Well, speaking of somebody that's been out a long time, Colin Kaepernick reaches out to the Seahawks. Pete Carroll. Right? Pete Carroll said the quarterback deserves another shot, but doesn't know where, which means he reached out to the Seahawks. Even though y'all got rid of Russell Wilson, sent him to the Broncos, Kaepernick reaches out to you. You come out and say, yes, Cap deserves another shot, but I don't know where, which means definitely not here.
That's really interesting.
Isn't that's weird, right?
And weird, yeah.
It's PR. Like, I'm covering, I don't want to say nothing I'm covering my butt, right? I don't want to say nothing that'll make it look like I'm against him or I'm a part of the blackballing of him. I'm going to say, yeah, he deserves another shot. Do you know all coaches talk like that? You know who's one of the best at it? Bruce Pearl, down at Auburn. Insult without insulting, compliment while condescending. Just a master of speaking around things. Word salad king. Go ahead, Bobby.
Let's dig into the Kaepernick situation briefly. He, from the video that they showed, still has a great arm. All right. His mobility, we don't know yet because, just dropping back and going left and right in a controlled environment is not real action.
Right.
However, Seattle should have been the spot based on the fact that they got some receivers that can go get it.
Can we just be honest? I'm a Niner fan. And I'm used to Niners having great quarterbacks. I had to suffer through that Garcia era. Who was that? Jeff Garcia? Who was he?
Yeah.
He was, I had to suffer through those times. I'm used to great quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Cap got us to the Super Bowl. But he was never considered a really good quarterback even when he was in his prime. He was considered a serviceable quarterback.
But he didn't have the receiving core they got now, though.
And he was unorthodox. It was like he was still developing into the position. He had a high level of athleticism. I think had he not taken the knee, and I'm not saying he should not have taken the knee, but I'm saying if he had no disruption to his development, he would be really good right now. I think, just being able to play seasons and get those seasons under his belt, he would be really good at this stage of his career. Having to sit out, though, all this time. What, since 2016?
Well, it might work in his favor. Because sometimes if you continue to decline mentally, he's been away from the game long enough that he's still at 34. He has enough vitality left.
He's only 34?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's only 34. So, if
somebody said Trent Dilfer was unorthodox. Not really.
Garbage.
Trent Dilfer was just straight up bad. There you go. And what he was a C+ manager of the game.
He didn't have to manage anything.
All we need you to do is throw that ball 1 yard over here.
Or pitch it to number 31.
That's all we need you to do.
You see what I mean?
If you throw that ball over 1 yard, we will kill your contract. He had a basic job. You never saw Trent Dilfer looking down the field to go long.
What?
No, that wasn't his get down. So don't put Trent Dilfer in. I'm not trying to besmirch the character of Cap. I'm just saying, Cap, you did a deal with them white folk, the NFL.
Yeah.
They paid a settlement.
They owe you nothing.
They finna act like you a ghost, my dude. Yeah. You a ghost now. Yeah. It's like a ghost out there saying, hey, give me a shot. No, we don't. Ghosts can't play in the league. What are you want it? Okay, you got a settlement from us, and you want us to pay you? And you want a job. Come on. And I know he loved the game. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve an opportunity. But just on a sport level, I'm just going to say it's really hard to maintain that sharpness. Bobby touched on it about the mental aspect. Then there's the physical aspect. Now, I will say this. Physically, he's been preserved because it hasn't been 6 years of getting hit, right? But at the same time, if you're not playing, you're losing those reflexes.
Well, here's the thing that works in his advantage. The way that they are refereeing the game now.
Yeah.
All right. Because he's not going to be a run-first quarterback anymore.
He can't.
All right. Which works to his advantage. If he can learn to quickly survey the field and still
see,
get
now
the ball out there.
Bobby, you asking him to be a pocket passer now. And he ain't never been that.
He's going to have to be.
Well, isn't it ironic that the NFL is so-called pro-black right now in racism? They got all these slogans of whatnot all over the place. And the one dude that started this revolution can't get a job.
Well, he didn't start the revolution.
He started this revolution.
No, his woman started.
Don't give his woman credit for his leadership.
What leadership?
Maybe his woman inspired him with a little pillow talk.
Hold on,
hey,
now.
baby, pick out your afro. Hey, baby, put on this dashiki. Man, that's what women do. And he had the courage to stand up at his, he kneeled at his job, Bobby.
When I said you heard him speak, she did all the talking for him. Nah, she did more than plant it. She watered it, sprinkled it.
But, Bobby, that's what women's supposed to do. They're supposed to water your greatness. Sprinkle a little water on it.
I understand the difference between what you're saying and what happened.
Well, what happened? You saying she wound him up and he's a robot?
He became smitten with the one woman totally outside of his lifestyle.
I can't give you that, Bobby.
He didn't know the difference between Huey Newton and P. Diddy.
Come on, Bobby, don't listen. The man deserves an opportunity.
He deserves an opportunity, but what you're doing is raising him to a level of consciousness that didn't exist before he met that young lady.
Well, maybe she gave him direction. What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with it is it cost us as a people because we ended up with a leader that never spoke.
Uh-oh. What do you mean he never spoke, Bobby?
You didn't. Once he took that deal,
yeah,
Mom has been the word.
Oh, you mean the NFL deal and he came out in the beige?
He wasn't even speaking before then. She was doing all the talking.
When we come forward, I want to hear your opinions on all of this. Should Kaepernick get an opportunity in the league? Also, is your bracket busted? Call us, 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to Nova Time with Zoe and Bobby.
So,
Bobby out here cutting up.
No, I ain't cutting up, man, because you know dadgum well, that boy had no idea about it and had no real interest in. I mean, he grew up white. He went to a school out there.
Bobby, you see this big ass sign? What it say?
I did tell him, that's just my thing buzzing, man. It ain't gonna do no more than that. Oh,
It ain't gonna
hey, it ain't gonna.
I got to put this on.
Yeah.
Come on, Bobby.
Listen, man.
Bobby don't give a damn. Bobby said, "This my house, nigga."
No, it ain't just that. You know, I'm monitoring Murfreesboro, man. You know that, man.
I got you, Bobby. Hey, call us. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about all of this.
I have to beg y'all to do that. You know, y'all got opinions about this stuff, and it takes the weight off of me. Because some of y'all actually agree with me, but you know the Zoe gonna, you know, stir it up and then, you know, just throw the grits on me like Al Green got did. But anyway.
Is that what I do?
No, man, you my brother, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
my brother. But no, y'all need to go ahead and call in. It's 290-1580, right?
290?
What is it? 920. I got the numbers right. Just got them out of. I'm running into dyslexia and everything all of a sudden.
What in the world is going on, Bobby?
Damn, I couldn't. Jarvis Landry. Did they cut him? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, he was released.
They're going to get him back. That's probably a leverage thing where they're going to renegotiate because he was hurt all last year.
That's probably
the ball, man.
But here's the thing. If they let him go.
He's a free agent, but everybody else is speculating too. Now they got Deshaun Watson, then they're going to up the ante, man. They're going to need a primary receiver, and he's all of that in a bag of chips, man. He's a bad boy. And in some ways, he's a better receiver than what's the colored hair boy? We just mentioned it, Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Well, Beckham hurt.
He's done.
He tore the ACL, and they said he tore his ACL and he broke his leg.
So he's out for a year, man. Yeah. He got his money though.
He got that money.
Yeah, he got his money. It's good for him. Yeah. But you gonna go with that thing, the swimmer, or whatever she is.
You don't want to be in.
No, I'm with the consensus, and that is, look, y'all went too far. You know, this is ridiculous. Man.
Let's talk about it, Bobby.
This is ridiculous. Y'all can't just keep on, you know, putting people in physical danger. Because eventually, if the swimmer's able to do that, it really takes away from the sport, number one. Until proven otherwise, until you have a woman that can actually come into the men's competitive arena and dominate, this is ridiculous.
Well, we're about to see.
You know,
Somebody said NFL is pro wrestling right now. In other words, it's fake.
it's getting more and more like in basketball too, man. All you gotta do is look at the Lakers, man. They doing everything they can because of the investment they made in LeBron James, man, to get them in the playoffs some kind of way, man, with a narrative that'll keep people interested, man. Have we ever seen a team this far under 500? Still getting,
With all them greats.
getting
We gonna talk about it, Bobby?
Man, this is ridiculous, man. We missing some great young players because they have invested so heavily in LeBron and the storyline that he's getting ready to pass Karl Malone.
Thank you, Brenda.
Et cetera, et cetera. You know.
Yeah. Well, Bobby, we about to talk about it.
Yeah.
I love talking about this, man. I love it. You know why? Because I love rubbing people's face in it. People love saying somebody is great, somebody is this, somebody is the greatest, somebody is the GOAT. Let me ask, and I'm going to ask the listening audience this when we get back on the air. Did you watch that documentary on Kareem?
Which one?
One of One, I think it's called One of One.
I may have seen that. It came out a few years ago, right?
Boy. Bobby.
I'm going to go back and look at it. Because, you know, I've sit here for weeks now and continue to say when you have that discussion of the greatest, he's got to be in it. He's got to be in it.
He's got to be in it.
Yes.
What is our time? What's our time? 30 seconds? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, neither one of us heard.
So it's 1 minute or 30?
30 seconds.
Oh, my bad. All right. You know, I wasn't listening. I didn't have the headphones on. My bad. Don't do it, Bobby. Don't do it, Bobby. Show him what it is. Hey! Bobby, did you choose this record?
Computer love, man. Zap, man.
Bobby chose this record. These are the Bobby records, ladies and gentlemen. The Bobby Chronicles. You're listening to Nova Time, man. This is where the conversation gets started after the game. And we're in March Madness right now. A lot of people's brackets have been upended by a lot of upstarts. The Murray States of the world. The St. Peters of the world. I mean, a lot of teams are out. Miami beat USC the other night.
What about UCLA?
They play today.
Mm-hmm.
And UCLA has a great record, but they don't look good. You know, they don't look good. So
they're not explosive.
Yeah. Well, not very many.
Teams.
Yeah, I was about to say, not very many teams.
Yeah.
Auburn has a kid, that Jabari Smith kid, I think that's his name. Athletic, explosive.
Oh, yeah.
Can shoot.
Oh.
Tall.
How big is he?
About 6'8", 6'9".
Oh, okay.
Something around there. He's a player.
He's going to the show this year.
Yeah, he's going to go to the dance, for sure. But the rest of the team, you know, not that solid. You know, it's got some pieces, but not super standouts, you know. But
Bruce Pearl has been exposed. He can recruit, but he don't know what to do with them when they get there.
Now, he's one of the greatest recruiters we've ever seen.
Absolutely.
You know, he could sell ice.
He sold us a bill of goods.
He sure did. He could sell ice into a cake now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, there's a lot of weirdness going on in the world, and I need your opinion. You're from a different era. And, Bobby, I'm tired of you backing out of this conversation. It's time for you to face this conversation head on, Bobby. Don't run from it. Martina Navratilova says the trans swimmer Leah Thomas should have an asterisk next to her name. Now, if you don't know who Leah Thomas is, this is a trans swimmer.
Leon Thomas.
Don't do that, Bobby. Come on. Tennis legend Martina Navratilova said in a new interview that Leah Thomas, the record-breaking transgender swimmer at the University of Pennsylvania, should have an asterisk next to her name. Her comments, which aired Thursday night on News Nation, came the same day Thomas won the women's 500-yard NCAA championship. The 59-time Grand Slam champion also trashed the NCAA rules and said the national organization needs to level the playing field for its... Listen, Bobby, let me just get right to it, bro. If Martina, because I remember when Martina was playing, and she was ridiculed for being too masculine and muscular and manly. Mm-hmm. She was ridiculed all to be damned. Right. You know, they was on her, tough. Mm-hmm. For her to step out and say, this is unfair, this is not cool, how do you reconcile that in this progressive, inclusive kind of, you know, reality that we've tried to create? You can see the flaws in the logic, right? I see it. Charles from North Carolina, we're going to get to you in 10 seconds after I get to Bobby. So, Bobby, you tell me, the world has changed. Does Martina have a point about the asterisk?
The world has changed, but physiology hasn't.
Uh-oh.
And we can move on to the caller, because the bottom line is this. If you came into this world with certain physical attributes, chromosomes, they don't go away. Mm-hmm. Now, there's some alterations around the edges, but your core is still your core. And a man is built that way because he's a man. And a woman, even if she excels to a certain level, she will never be breaking records
So there's
in
a whole
man's sport. It's just not going to happen.
And Bobby, there's a whole petition for the girl who came in second place. She's getting an outpouring of support. Her name is Emma Bryant. An outpouring of support for swimmer who finished second to Leah Thomas. 20-year-old Bryant of Florida swims for the University of Virginia and represented Team USA at the Tokyo Olympics in 2022.
Your personal choice of how you identify, they've already made room for you to do that. But in the world of sports, it's not that simple, man.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, we got Charles from North Carolina. He wants to talk about Deshaun Watson.
Hey, brother, come on, man. Tobacco Road.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just wanted to ask y'all, am I the only one that thinks that Deshaun Watson was a part of the shakedown, or he got caught up in the middle of gangster type stuff where basically Texas spent the number one draft pick on him, and they told him, when he told them that he wanted to be traded. And I think they showed him what kind of power they really have, because I feel like these owners know what these players' vices are, and for Deshaun Watson, I think it's these women, and I think the owners or whoever, Texas or whatever, they probably got these women together and it's like, look, we're gonna do such and such and such and such. You think that's possible?
I think what happened was the owners didn't have to do that. There's a lady by the name of Gloria Allred who has trained her daughter to fish in that pond.
Oh, no. You finna call out Gloria Allred?
Man, this has been going on for a couple of generations now. This woman has ruined the lives of so many professional athletes and celebrities. It ain't funny. Because if you've had a relationship as times have evolved with a woman and she accuses you of any form of abuse, whether it's physical or emotional, Gloria Allred, if your stature is high enough, is on the case.
Wow.
Now she done trained her daughter.
Bobby got a huge point. That's why he talking. Let me just say this, Charles. I believe anything is possible, but not everything is probable. So sometimes I just pull back and let things play out without my opinion. I just want to watch it for what it is and see how it plays out. What you mentioned could be true. But if you look at it in reverse, how is it that they're showing their power when this guy is on the verge of signing a $230 million contract where 90% of it is going to be guaranteed? So how are they showing their power?
I think they wanted to scare him.
Okay.
I think it went on long enough. They didn't charge him criminally or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just went on long enough to be like, you know what, let's got the point. We can let it go right now. Because, I mean, it's 22 women. That's crazy. And they all had, the lawyer they had was like a neighbor of the owner of the Texas.
What? And now the pieces are starting to come together at Taste.
Here's the problem with that, though. The Texans became upset with Deshaun when he started feeling himself. In other words, when he came into the league, he had this very pristine image, a great, encouraging, heartwarming story of his history as a person who came up hard in life and did all the right things. But then once he got into the league, they gave him some scripts he didn't want to read.
But why can't you feel yourself? And that's the one thing I hate about organized sports and these college recruits and all these coaches. They try to humble these kids, right? And the reality of it is, the way this league, thank God to LeVar Ball, the way this league is set up now, kids can do what Jalen Green did, the number 2 pick, and say, you know what? Damn these schools. I'm going straight to the NBA. Now, you can't do that with the NFL, right? But for basketball, kids get to leap over this. You should be appreciative that you're on this great campus. No, you should be appreciative that we came to visit y'all because we are going to make you. That's really what it is. And they pimp your kid's image. They pimp your kid's likeness. They pimp everything about your kid for a little piece of change that they give a monthly stipend to pay their bill and feed them and free school. Go ahead, Bobby.
The one thing that I hope becomes a teachable moment for all athletes and celebrities is do the math. Deshaun Watson should have dropped off some change to all of them bras and avoided this situation.
What, Bobby? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby is from Reed Alley, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. This is how they talk. I'm sorry. When we come forward, more from raucous Bobby Glanton Smith.
See how you doing, man? Y'all know, y'all see this every week. The people that are watching right now, y'all see how this man sets me up. Y'all can't really hear what he does to me, but it's okay.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You just said broad. Pay these broads. That's what you just.
I couldn't call them bitches. Now wait a minute, y'all going too far now, man.
Bobby, a terrestrial
broad is not a bitch. I wanted to call them bitches.
What you want to call them, Bobby?
Bitches and hoes.
Say it again. Bobby said I wanted to call them bitches and hoes. Pay these bitches and hoes their money.
That's the problem, is that it sounded like you basically was calling him.
You know who I'm gonna get a call from. I'm gonna get a call from somebody.
From who? Travis?
I don't know. It's gonna be.
It's not a profanity, but it's also frowned upon.
Y'all got to spell it out for me. Put it right here in front of you. These
Bobby said, "Hey, listen, pay these bras.
Right, pay these bras.
You understand? What I want to say is pay these bitches and hoes.
Right, give them their money.
These bitches and hoes need money. You understand? You want to get out of trouble? Get these bitches and hoes money.
No, they done gave you the sexual favors that you like.
Oh shit, Bobby!
And you got the paper.
Oh.
No, he could have got them. It's 22 of them for less than $5 million. He wouldn't have lost. Well, they had to pay him this season, but look at all of his endorsements went away. He became a pariah. Yeah. All of that can be quantified. Right. But if you just took $5 million and spread that cheese around them hoes, you'd have been all right, man. How you think Ben Roethlisberger got out of that case, man?
Hey.
Kobe ended up having to break that girl out, man. Come on, you gotta pay, man.
You gotta pay.
You gotta pay, man. To find out that you ain't as sexy as you think you are.
To find out you ain't as sexy. Yeah, tell them, Bobby.
Look, it ain't about just being good looking, man. These women have bills to pay, man. And this is what we need to learn in school is the bargaining chips.
Right.
What are they? And what's the rate of exchange?
Right.
You know, it needs to be taught in school, in elementary school, especially to young, promising athletes, man. Because by the time they hit puberty, man, they in play.
Yeah.
So now you can go back to puberty, damn near. With these cases, man.
Well, let's see, where we at? Where are we at? 1 minute? And 4 minutes? Is it the 4-minute segment? Okay. Bobby's music.
That's Santana for the folks that don't know.
Santana was basically black.
He is black.
He is black?
He associates himself with, if you look at him, he got the features, man.
Bobby, is he black or no?
No.
Bobby said he is black.
Well, he's the one that acknowledges the blackness in him.
Hey, I love Santana. And if you say black, Bobby, I'm going to agree with you.
He's been married to a black woman forever.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Hit me.
Nova time, back in the building. Me and Bobby, we love arguing sports. For this final last few segments, Joel Embiid of the 76ers, they're starting to surge since the acquisition of James Harden. Last week we talked about Shaquille O'Neal being upset with them being compared to, Shaq and Kobe. It was like, this is a new Shaq and Kobe. What's interesting is Joel Embiid basically said Kevin Durant is the one guy more talented than me. This is what Joel Embiid said.
Totally true.
And he said he couldn't believe that James Harden left KD to force a trade to the Philadelphia 76ers.
When did he say that?
He said this.
When?
It's right here, Bobby, on the sportsrush.com. He said it the 18th of March, yesterday.
Wow.
Said he couldn't believe he would force a trade to leave.
It may come out in the next few days that there's already friction between him and James Harden.
You think so?
He wouldn't just say that without understanding the possibility of how James Harden would take that. We teammates, man, and you're telling me I shouldn't have left?
Now, he didn't say he shouldn't have left. He just said he couldn't believe.
That's close enough, bro, to be a
See
problem.
how you interpret that, Bobby?
I interpret that because of how the take is going to be. I ain't the only one going to spin that way, because it sounds to me like it's something that you would not say.
So you're saying James Harden is sensitive?
Very. And he's very conscious of the fact that all eyes are on him.
Right now, for sure.
And if things don't go well, my man has already put him in a position to say, well, I did my job.
So let me ask this, Bobby. Who is the most skilled player in the NBA today? Your thought?
Kyrie Irving.
More skilled than...
Skilled. Kyrie Irving.
Yeah?
Yes.
More skilled than Steph Curry?
Yes.
In what areas?
Defense.
He is a better defender for sure.
Yeah.
But is he a better ball handler?
You can't separate them.
I'm asking, Bobby. These are different areas.
Better than I say they are on par.
No, see, Bobby, I know you. Sometimes you be choosing.
If you're pushing me, I'm going with Kyrie, because Kyrie can do some stuff, man.
That's what I'm saying. Because sometimes, Bobby, you just be picking people you like.
No, it's not about liking. I'm telling you what I've observed. This man does things with a basketball in traffic.
So he's a better ball handler,
in my opinion.
I think they're equally.
I said that, but you wouldn't let me ride.
But I think
with
he's
that.
a better finisher at the rim.
Well, that's because he's able to get in position with his ball handling that what's name cannot physically do without breaking his own ankle.
Where does Kevin Durant fit?
He's two.
So Kyrie's your one.
Yeah.
KD's your two. Who's your three?
Steph is my three.
Okay. And I'm going to ask this. Are any of those guys, of the three you mentioned, more skilled than Kobe, Dean, Bryant?
No.
Come on, tell the truth, Bobby. Shame the devil.
I said no.
I love it when you tell, because you don't really like Kobe.
I can't. Well, we rest in peace, because
Hey, it took Kobe to die
for me to get over
for Bobby to be.
him being a snitch.
You can't snitch on the police.
You can snitch to him.
Shaq was the popo.
No.
Shaq is the police in every every team Shaq go to, he become a cop.
That had nothing to do with Kobe Bryant sitting in that chair, facing charges that had zero to do with Shaquille
To me,
O'Neal.
Kobe was the real pimp. Kobe said, I'm finna snitch on the police. That's what he did. Now, come on.
He was going to snitch on him whether he was the police or not.
Oh, Lord. When we come forward, we're going to wrap up the greatest skilled players in the NBA,
Just
me
so that
and
y'all
Bobby.
know, he was an incredible talent.
When we come forward.
So you ain't, you know what I mean? See,
Bobby be, hey.
oh, you ain't right, man. Well, you love bringing it out, man. Look here, y'all.
We got 2 minutes.
As long as y'all understand, we're talking basketball. The boy was flawless. Flawless. Man ways, you don't do that.
I agree with you, Bobby.
You don't do that, man.
I agree with you.
You don't do that.
But
man.
the streets. What was the brother that was on Corey's show? The brother up from Seattle, Gorgeous Dre. You remember him?
Dre? No, I don't remember no Gorgeous Dre. What did he do?
Yeah, he was on the 5150 show a few times.
What did he do?
I think I remember him talking about. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But he was basically if it wasn't him, it was somebody else. Somebody basically said, you can't hold Kobe Bryant to street codes because he wasn't a street kid.
This ain't got nothing to do with codes. This has to do with
He
right and
wasn't
wrong.
raised like that, Bobby.
I don't know anybody.
He's an L7.
I don't give you the license.
I'm not saying
Yes,
he was
you are.
right for doing it.
He was wrong.
I'm saying the boy wasn't raised with hood knowledge.
You don't have to be streetwise to know the difference between right and wrong. If you brought trouble on yourself, you don't bring somebody else to trouble.
I agree with you, Bobby.
It ain't got nothing to do with street.
But
that ain't street. That's right and wrong.
the man snitched on the police.
No, he snitched on
Sound like
somebody.
a win to me.
He snitched. He snitched. See, anytime you bring somebody else into your problem,
But Bobby,
that ain't right, man.
can you snitch on the cops?
No.
Is Shaq the cops?
Yes, he's a cop. But that wasn't he wasn't in the cop capacity when his name came
Yes,
up.
he was.
No,
I know
that didn't have nothing to do with
Kobe
that,
probably
man.
is low-key gangster. He probably said, this
Kobe
nigga...
was not a low-key nothing. He did something that...
You're right, though, Bobby. He did violate the man code.
You don't do
I
that.
100%
You
agree
don't do
with
that,
you.
man. Yeah, you don't do that.
I 100% agree with you, Bobby.
It didn't sound like it. Well, you know how to counterpunch, boy. You know how to counterpunch. Just leave me hanging out there like I'm the problem. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't do that.
Listen here, Bobby. I know you love to besmirch the good name of Kobe Bean Bryant.
There you go again. Man. I'm not besmirching his name. Kobe Bryant.
You called the man a
basketball
snitch, man.
He did do that, man. He told on another man.
He told on a cop.
No.
You said
Y'all
you
call
can't,
him a cop.
Bobby. You said you can't snitch on a cop.
He wasn't a female cop. He was a male cop, minding his own business. Didn't have nothing to do with Kobe's problems. He didn't have nothing to do with Kobe being in that box. Kobe brought that on himself.
Wait a minute. Listen.
They didn't catch Shaq in no
you know
hotel with no broad.
But you know, there you go again. Here come woman. It's Women's History Month.
Well, we ain't talking about women. We talking about broads is broads.
Oh.
And women are women.
Exploitive women, Bobby.
Y'all need to give me a dictionary. For me. Yeah. And I love women to death, but there's a difference between women and broads.
So, Bobby, I'm going to say this. And this is, this is tough. To me, Kobe is a lot like Kareem. In the sense that they weren't well liked. They had somewhat, I'm talking about personality-wise. They prickly personality, kind of off-putting personality. And everybody that I've, talked to tells me, that's how Kareem was. He was into his books, into his art, reading. He didn't, like to interact with a lot of people that way. Now, because of that, this man is not in the conversation for greatest of all time, when in fact, he should be.
He is in the conversation.
He
It's just
should be.
muted.
Why is it muted?
It's muted because, as you said, there's a difference between who you like and what they do. This man's credentials as a basketball player leaves no question.
Impeccable.
I'm talking about from grade school all the way through. He's been a champion.
Now watch this. There was a time when he was with the Lakers. He was winning MVPs, but they weren't winning championships, and he was dragged for it. They said his stats were empty. How come they don't do that for LeBron? They make excuses for LeBron today to say, "Hey, man, he needs this. He needs help. And this is during the OG times."
Well, this is where narrative control is so important, and you don't have to have a personality as long as you can buy one.
Well, you guys can finish this conversation. Nova time. We brought it to you. I want you to finish it for us. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned for news and J. King.
As we sign off here on YouTube, I want y'all to see for yourself why I love this brother, because I'm man enough to go ahead and just go get me some security, because he gonna keep setting me up where people think that I'm some kind of monster.
Bobby, you said broad 84 times on AM radio. Come on, Bobby.
Broad is a broad. It's not, man, y'all got to, you know.
When the FCC holler at Tavis,
They not gonna holler at him about no broad.
yeah, I bet.
I bet they not.
They're going to be like, you got an elderly gentleman.
And
He done
he
said
using a
broad,
word that
damn,
is borderline.
ass.
It's borderline because
Yeah, bro, I could do the damn, but I don't want them getting on you about the broads.
They finna come for you, Bobby.
They might come
you
at
know
you
who
over
get
the
on me
broads.
about the broad?
They finna